uh, how partnering with an IT provider can help with this process.
Yeah. So there's kind of two or three different variants of consultants, right? So I'll speak about us first because obviously I'm biased, but working with an IT partner that knows how to work with smaller businesses is a pretty big deal. I had a call last week from a client that was getting, well, they were a government contractor, um, and they reached out to me because they had been referred to a consultant by a lawyer friend of theirs, and the consultant asked for a lot of money. I won't say how much it was. I won't even say it was unreasonable. What I don't think the consultant did was realize this is a 20-person operation. It's a very small business. Um, and they wanted to prescribe a one size fits all solution, which would it got them compliant? Sure. Would they've been able to keep doing business at the costs? Probably not, So I would say check and make sure that your IT partner knows the CMMC space, but also isn't one size fits all. We don't, and again, I'm biased speaking about ourselves here. We don't deliver the same solution every time. We've been doing IT for 20 plus years. So, just because solution A works really good for, Bob's business, it may not work really good for, Deborah's.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, so that's one thing. But there are some other consultants out there. There's some consultants that don't do any IT work, and I've had good success working alongside of those people as well. And sometimes you find out you're halfway in the ecosystem. And what I mean by that is you reach out to a consultant that says, oh, we use solution X. And guess what? You're 80% invested in solution X. That might be a perfect solution for you, right? Mm-hmm. So, just being able to evaluate those things is how you pick the right person.
Okay. So you mentioned control implementation.
Yeah. Well, this list, what are you going to expect out of them? And I kind of gave a couple of examples. A consultant's not going to help you implement controls. They can, but they're going to be relaying stuff to your IT people, right? Like, hey, we need to implement XYZ, and they're going to expect your IT people to tell them, how we can implement XYZ. You want to make sure they can handle that, obviously, and they should be able to. So that's not too big of a concern, but it's important. And that's what a true IT partner is going to be able to do that for you. Assessments and gap analysis, it goes without saying. I see here we have SPRS score updates listed. They should be offering to help you with that as well. If you've submitted an SPRS score ages ago, please don't submit a perfect score. If you have, fix it. Submit an accurate score. I'll spare you the details.
Why?
No, it's a gray area. It's a gray area of discussion. Okay. Just don't, unless you're perfect. Okay. Get them to help you do that, right? When you're doing an NIST 800-171 SPRS score sheet, you're also simultaneously doing a CMMC level 2 assessment. Like, all these things are married. There's no reason not to update your SPRS score. It's going to be required anyway, and it is required. So get them to help you with that. Make sure they can help you with the policy procedures. Me handing you all of my templates won't help you at all, right? Because they're templates. There may be something there that says, this template says that we do ABC, Curtis. We don't even have that information system, right? You may not even know that you don't have that information system, right? You're running around trying to implement MFA on Office 365. Meanwhile, y'all don't use email, right? I'm just being ridiculous, but you get what I'm saying. Training, this is a big one. This is actually one of the controls in NIST 800-171 that I love. It's an entire domain, awareness and training. I can tell you, as IT person, this is one of the markers we talked about in the beginning that lets me know this is a good framework, right? It didn't just saying, make sure we have all these bolts and nuts and screws tightened to this specification. We're also training, right? Because users will forever be your weakest link. I think we did a video series on that, didn't we?
Yep.
Eric? Okay. Yep. So that's really important. So they should be able to help you with that training. And I don't just mean DoD CUI training. I'm talking cybersecurity training, phishing training, all that stuff. Making sure you continuously monitor report, that's required. We talked a little bit about auditing and logging, I think, and being able to review those logs, another really good reason, another good control. And documentation and prepare for the audit. So like us, our clients all know when they get ready to call for their third-party assessment, I am allowed to be there. I'm an RP with CMMC, so I'm allowed to be there. I can't really answer things on their behalf, but I can be right there with you to help guide, produce evidence. This is how we did it. Maybe the assessor doesn't like the way we did something. I'm there to relay that to my guys. This assessor doesn't like this, so we're going to change it to that. We're doing it now. We're doing it live, kind of thing. So that's really good. And then make sure you're doing the self-assessments, even though for our clients, we do that annual assessment, no matter what your framework is, it just happens. But if you're working with somebody, expect to get an annual assessment, even though you're not, whatever framework you're working with may not require an annual assessment, although these do, but make sure you're getting one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've tried to take a massive, massive topic and put it into some bite-sized sections. There's a lot that we've kind of thrown out there, but hopefully, again, this was just meant to be kind of foundational, provide some basic background. Hopefully the overriding message that you're getting is this isn't something that you have to do by yourself. There is a lot to it. It's very involved. And everybody realizes that you're trying to run your business, your day-to-day stuff. So we recommend reaching out to an IT partner that is not just really serious about IT, but they also understand the CMMC world itself. So, Curtis, any last comments before we sign off?
No. Travel well on your CMMC adventure. If you need help, call us.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Curtis. See you all.
Cheers.